Carl Jung's message for all. Jung's message to ordinary people is that every human life is shaped by forces inside us that we do not fully see. We like to believe we are completely rational and in control, but much of what we feel, fear, desire, and avoid comes from an inner world that operates quietly beneath our awareness. Jung calls this the unconscious, and he believes that understanding it is essential for living a meaningful and balanced life. He explains that the unconscious is not just a storehouse of forgotten memories. It is alive, creative, and purposeful. It tries to guide us, correct us, and help us grow. It speaks through dreams, sudden emotions, slips of the tongue, strong attractions or dislikes, and moments of intuition. When we ignore these signals, we become stuck, anxious, or confused. When we listen to them, we begin to understand who we really are. Jung says that each person carries a shadow, the part of ourselves we deny, hide, or dislike. These may be anger, fear, laziness, envy, or vulnerability. But the shadow also contains positive qualities we have not yet developed, such as strength, creativity, or confidence. If we refuse to face our shadow, we project it onto others and blame them for what we cannot accept in ourselves. If we face it honestly, we become more whole and less controlled by hidden fears. He also teaches that every man carries an inner feminine side, and every woman carries an inner masculine side. These inner figures shape how we relate to others, how we love, and how we imagine our ideal partner. When we reject these inner qualities, our relationships become distorted. When we integrate them, we become more balanced, more understanding, and more capable of genuine connection. Jung believed that life is not just about survival, success, or social approval. It is about individuation, the process of becoming the person you were meant to be. This does not mean becoming perfect. It means becoming whole. It means discovering your unique path, your inner truth, and your authentic voice. Individuation requires courage, because it asks you to question your habits, your fears, and even the expectations of society. But it leads to a deeper sense of meaning and inner peace. Dreams play a central role in this journey. Jung says that dreams are messages from the unconscious, showing us what we overlook in waking life. They balance our attitudes, warn us when we're going astray, and point toward future possibilities. Dreams do not lie. They show us the truth in symbolic form. Learning to understand your dreams is like learning to understand your own soul. Jung also emphasizes that human beings are not isolated individuals. We are connected to a deeper layer of the psyche shared by all people. This is a collective unconscious, which contains universal patterns called archetypes. These archetypes appear in myths, religions, fairy tales, and dreams. They express the timeless experiences of humanity: birth, death, love, fear, transformation, and renewal. When we encounter archetypal images, we feel a sense of awe, mystery, or recognition, as if something ancient is speaking through us. He warns that modern life often disconnects us from this symbolic dimension. We become overly rational, overly busy, and overly focused on external success. When this happens, we lose touch with meaning. We feel empty or restless. Jung believes that reconnecting with symbols, myths, creativity, and inner reflection restores our sense of purpose. He also teaches that evil is real, not only in the world but within each person. Pretending that we are purely good only makes us blind to our own destructive tendencies. True morality begins with self-knowledge, not self-deception. When we acknowledge our capacity for harm, we become more responsible, more compassionate, and less likely to project our darkness onto others. Jung's message is ultimately hopeful. He believes that every person carries within them a deeper center he calls the self, a guiding presence that seeks wholeness and meaning. The self is not the ego. It is wiser, broader, and more connected to the totality of who we are. When we listen to the self, through dreams, intuition, creativity, and honest reflection, we begin to live a life that feels authentic and grounded. For Jung, the goal of life is not to avoid suffering, but to learn from it. Difficult experiences often push us toward growth. Crises force us to confront what we have ignored. Symptoms are not enemies, but signals. When we approach our struggles with curiosity instead of fear, we discover hidden strengths and new possibilities. In brief, know yourself, not just the part you show the world, but the part that lives quietly inside you. Face your shadow. Listen to your dreams. Follow your inner voice. Seek meaning, not perfection. And remember that becoming yourself is the greatest adventure of all.